Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to the Dirt Sheet Radio Raw Post Show Rewind for October the 21st, 2024.
Yes.
I am Tyler, the Pro Wrestling Hipster, with little Molly Holly here, and of course...
Hey guys, how's it going? As always, it is Caesar hanging out here with this gentleman and that lovely young lady in his arms, Monday Night Molly.
Monday Night Molly!
Discussing that thing we love to discuss called Monday Night Raw.
And
also,
we are here.
Hilarious side note, before I was laughing my ass off when I was reading, but the internet is flooding with the shut up, take my money meme about a certain showdown that happened tonight.
A little stare down, a little standoff.
Sorry, stare down. Stare down. Don't want to get too excited.
Well, yeah, we're all excited, though, but we're going to talk about that. That is not what we're talking about. Not
Scarlett Bordeaux and Karrion Kross. That stare down broke the internet.
Y'all, before we can get into all of the fun of tonight's Monday Night Raw, I have to give that ever important shout out to our partner on the web, comicbookclick.com. That is comicbookclick.com/dirtsheetradio for all of your pop culture, professional wrestling, comic book, entertainment needs, all conveniently located in one place. Make it your homepage. Check it out multiple times a day, just like we do. Not because we're legally obligated to do so, but because we love to do it. And folks, while you're there, be sure to take advantage of our sponsor, NordVPN, where if you sign up for one full year of service, you will get 72% off that first month. 72% off! The savings are wild, folks. As much as I love to talk about VPNs and hiding from folks on the internet, we're here to talk about Monday Night Raw, and we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about our main event tonight. We had main event Jey USO defending the Intercontinental Championship against Bron Breakker. And folks, I got to say, I was a little bit surprised with the outcome of the match tonight. Bron Breakker ends up recapturing the Intercontinental Championship in just under 20 minutes. We had a lot of chicanery and nasty business from the Bloodline involved in this. Caesar, you are making noises, man. How are you feeling about this main event tonight?
Honestly, the first half, I mean, I'm just gonna say now, that was commercial central. Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Molly
it'd be like, we're gonna go for the it would just go off no, the show was awesome. The match itself, Lyle, had some moments. The first half was, it did what it did. They had their moments. Nothing too exciting, too chaotic. And then as soon as it got into the later half, when, of course, the Weeknd showed up. I mean, Solo Sikoa. Holy smokes. Yeah. Solo Sikoa and Jacob showed up. That's when the chicanery, as you were saying, started happening. And all the chips fell onto the table. All the craziness started. And, yeah, I got some questions about that whole situation. But I'll let you... give us your opinion on this one too, because I'm kind of curious how you felt about that.
Well, I'll say this: the match itself, it was a little clunky in a couple spots, but the match itself wasn't bad. Jey and Bron worked pretty well together. I was looking forward to the main event tonight. Hell, when Bron started making his entrance at like 9:26, I was pretty excited about that because I felt like they were going to give it a decent amount of time, and they did give it a decent amount of time for a TV main event. But I think part of that was because they knew they were going to, have this level of involvement from the Bloodline. And it really feels like they're just taking the IC title off of Jey so he can be fully concentrated into whatever, angle he's working with the Bloodline.
Honestly, what they could have done was had him win, go over with the storyline, but have Bron still kind of, dabble in this whole situation. But whatever. Let them do their thing, I guess. We'll just be here.
I mean, a lot of people questioned why they even pulled the IC title off of Bron to begin with.
It was the crowd was extremely over with it, I noticed, but yeah, I agree with you.
Is it possible, or does it seem very obvious now that Jey USO got the belt so that the Bloodline could get the heat on him tonight?
It's certainly feeling that way.
Yeah.
It is once again like we might be getting back into the season of all roads lead to the Bloodline for
Civil War.
Does it hurt Bron Breakker to be a secondary character in someone else's story at this moment?
Not if he just goes and kicks the shit out of people for the next few weeks. I think people can kind of forget about it pretty quickly if he's just running people over left and right. A couple runs around the ring and breaking people in half, they'll maybe forgive
Holding
it.
them too.
But it's not great. Like it's not great for his strength and perception, but
Yeah.
I think
No,
he'll be able to bounce back from it.
If they just ignore everything that happened, we should be okay.
Exactly.
Give it a couple weeks.
Just act like it didn't happen. Get Jey onto SmackDown, actually. Fuck away from Braun Breaker.
Like as far as possible from Braun Breaker. I got one question for you because I know you're observant, and so is John, and so are many viewers across many platforms. What the hell was with Braun and his it's like his sprint up the turnbuckle and doing that insane like superplex kind of thing all the time? Like how does he do that and not slip and hurt himself? That man's insane.
He's a freak of nature. He really is. Like he's just freakish specimen. Like really is.
There's times where I will grab a glass of water or something, come back, and all I see is Braun mid sprint up the rope, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go again. So yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just like, whoa. Whew.
Yeah, it's just wow. But like I said, like the match itself was all right. I don't know. I don't know. Just a lot of this didn't really feel like it clicked properly, and I don't know if that's just because it felt so unexpected, but not unexpected in a good way.
Do you feel like this is like a hot potato wing? Is what you're saying?
I was actually going to ask you if how does it become a hot potato? It's like, are we in that territory now? Does it have to happen one more time? Like it changing hands like that within I think 28 days is what it was. So about a month. Too soon,
essentially.
I don't know. Like I'd rather.
I was gonna say no, but then I remembered that he just won it from Sammy. Yeah. Like it went from Sammy to Braun to Jey to Braun. So I kind of is a game of hot potato right now.
No, please no.
But it's okay. It's okay. This is how they used to do things, man. The Attitude Era. You guys wanted it back. Let's go.
Not like this. No, they want to pick and choose what they want from the Attitude Era. They don't want this. They don't want this, and they don't want Katie Vick.
Oh,
I will say I think that in the era of long title reigns and dominance, that a little bit of hot potato is not the worst thing in the world. Honestly, it's a good change of pace.
Right. Well, especially given that, again, the length of reign that the IC title had with Gunther, and probably the length of reign that the world title is going to have with Gunther, and the length of reign that Roman Reigns had with the world titles, it is a fair point. They can afford to do this a little bit, but I don't know. I got a little bit of PTSD about it. I start to flash back to when it was really bad around that 2010 era.
It's essentially that as long as they're servicing the stories and it's not like haphazard booking, like they're just trying to see what's good, what works for the title. Like it seems clear to me that maybe they had a vision here, or at least when it comes to the Jey USO thing, and how we're gonna get Jey back involved with the Bloodline, and we decided to give him something really important and then have to take it from him. Right. And that's the only reason that happened. That's why I'm like, but is that okay for Braun? And I think that it ends up being okay for Braun if they planned for him too, Yeah. So we'll see, I guess.
We know that whatever Braun's plan is augmented from what it was originally. It came out that when he got put on Raw, the original plan was for him to be too much for Adam Pearce to handle, and then he gets sent back to SmackDown. But the upper management liked how he was performing on Raw, so they kept him there.
My only question is so he gets the belt, and Jey goes to the Bloodline, or goes, as the thing is saying. I hope there's something planned for Braun, but not squash matches. Please no.
Something. A couple here and there. Why not?
Oh yeah, but I mean, don't go straight down that route. Don't go. Okay, here's Braun.
You don't want to go down that road.
Yeah. Here's Braun versus insert name here from local area. We don't want that. Unless he's destroying them in 2 minutes, sure.
Right.
But not all the time. So look at it. Yeah. But anyways, the main event, the other parts of the stuff. Yeah. Again, that showdown. that stare down, and like I was saying at the top of the show, the memes that popped out, holy hell, everyone is just over the top for it. How do you feel about it? Because I'm kind of curious. What you think.
A tease of Bron Breakker and Jacob Fatu.
I didn't have that on my bingo card.
No, like it's definitely something you want to see because you just know that it would be hard hitting, violent, and God,
I was just
you want to see it. Like I don't know when we would see it. I don't think it's going to be in the near future.
I'm saying Royal Rumble.
Well, maybe get that first physical interaction between the two of them there in the Rumble. Get that that little 2 minutes. I love that. It's such a beautiful thing that they do in the Rumble. They play that game a lot. Where that first little preview, that first little taste you get of that one-on-one confrontation.
It's like that video package of like all your favorite shows. You can see like the 15-second teaser. That's what the Royal Rumble is. You go, whoa, did I want this? I guess I do. That's what we got tonight. So
yeah.
My question I was wondering is like, why didn't Jacob cost Jey tonight? Why didn't he get spotted with the kick? You know what I mean? Like I thought that would have been considered a DQ.
Yeah, you were calling that out in the chat too. Do you think that was just an oversight in terms of they had to kind of ignore it to get to the finish they needed to get to?
It might have been because like when the ref was last in the ring, he wasn't being distracted by anybody.
Right.
So,
yeah, that felt like it was a little bit of an oversight.
Like I'm not saying
it happens.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
Is it possible that it was just camera angles?
Oh, could be. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like if there's such a hard stern rule when it comes to refereeing that it affected the fucking pay-per-view angle, and I gotta imagine that either there was a shift in policy or this referee just really didn't see it. Somebody distracted him. Who was out there with him? Solo? Was Solo? Where's Solo?
He's dead behind. He's dead right there in the background.
Oh, is he dead? Are those his feet?
Yep.
Down there.
Remember, Bron hit him.
Oh God! The ref was simply tying his shoe, brother. That's what they do.
Scratching his ass or taking selfies with
referee, do something. That is not a chant anymore, but it used to be. Sweep it up, asshole. Sweep it up.
Woo woo. Anyways, no, whatever. Like, I'm not saying Bron shouldn't have won. I'm just being.
Yeah, I'm really I'm fine with him getting the title back.
Oh, yeah.
It was unexpected and like I said, not unexpected in a way that I would really say was positive. But overall, solid main event. I'm gonna have people talking, and we'll see what they do with both Jey and Bron.
I want to see what they do going forward on that little story, that idea they teased too.
Same. Anything else on the main event tonight, Matt, or shall we hop around to the start of the show?
It definitely split up the storyline with Bron and Jey into two different things. Seeing as we know what's going to happen with Jey,
I feel like we'll be seeing Jey on SmackDown a lot more going forward.
Oh yeah, because there's only a few weeks.
Yeah, Crown Jewel is coming soon.
Oh, they're not going to do that Crown Jewel. Obviously, it'll be at Survivor soon, most likely.
Yeah. So.
They have a month.
Yeah, they got a month then. So
they might do the odd weekend or odd SmackDown, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's full in. But yeah, no. I'm just curious to see what they do with the whole thing going forward with partly with Jey and partly with Bron, because I hope Bron actually does something, not holds the belt like you hold Molly. So
sweetly and forever.
Let's go to the start of the show, shall we?
we shall, folks. Monday Night Raw came to us live tonight from
where?
From what?
Do you remember where?
The Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Did you notice how many times Tess mentioned that tonight?
How many?
A lot. He was like, "Oh, this is where they had across the street where WrestleMania was. This is the arena."
He was excited, all right?
I know.
He doesn't quite know how to tamp his excitement. He's still a little...
Oh, compared to his first show? Holy crap. No, but I'm saying, it's just funny because he was like, that WrestleMania was over there. I'm like, dude, calm down.
He's excited to be there.
No, we need that. That's great.
We do need that kind of...
It's just funny because it's he needs to put it on the back burner for a minute and watch the match. And then, it's cool. It's cool.
No,
That's
and
really cool.
tonight we did also have the first Raw without Samantha.
Woo! I was still shocked to find that out.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that at the top of the show here, but for those of you that don't know, Samantha is gone from Monday Night Raw officially.
Yeah,
and tonight we had the return of Lilian Garcia. So Lilian Garcia on the end.
I'm excited and curious to see if she's going to stick around for a while, or are they going to get somebody else to do it?
I hope she sticks around for a while. She has a little bit of ring rust that she had to knock off.
Oh, for sure.
But we talked about this a little bit in the chat. There's something actually kind of poetically nostalgic about her, having a little couple bumps in the road tonight.
Yeah.
For those, maybe some of y'all remember it. A lot of you probably don't. There was a collectible card game, Raw Deal, and there was a card in that called Mangled Intro.
I'm going to upload that and pull that up right now because a lot of people.
John actually has the card.
I have physical copies of this card. I played Raw Deal. It was a great game. It still has a little bit of a community playing it on the online, but on the online. Yeah, well, no, and I caught a little bit of heat on the online this evening for talking about this, and that was frightening. You sound like some sort of demon when you
online.
Frightening. There we are. Mangled Intro by Lilian Garcia, and it's just playful ribbing, guys. Like we are all big fans of Lilian Garcia. Lilian's a fantastic ring announcer, but yeah, she did have a few bumps tonight.
That's real, by the way, not a meme for the folks that don't know. That's a real card.
No,
Zero damage.
I could go down to the basement right now and pull out physical copies of that and bring them up here.
Please don't.
Have those. I'm not going to.
Stay on stream.
Right now. No, well, here. You know what, Molly? Can you fetch? You want to fetch? Go get Raw Deal.
Molly could
go get him. Those Raw Deal bags weigh more than her.
The rumor is she'll be around permanently, so maybe you should keep one of those cards handy, just in case.
Tyler suddenly sells one, makes a boatload of money.
Oh goodness! But Lilian is back. But we'll talk a little bit about some of Lilian's bumps tonight. But
there was a couple that were really funny. But what can you do?
Well, yeah, we all miss because we do it all the time here on the air. It happens.
No. We never do any. We never.
Molly's always happy to get the attention. We acknowledge Molly.
Well, of course.
But the show opened tonight, as it has lately, with Wade and Joey Tess running down the show and talking about what is to come on the broadcast tonight. As they were talking about the wrestlers entering the venue tonight, big Bronson Reed was jumped from behind by Seth Rollins, and then Seth walked out to the ring and called out Bronson Reed, which is like, dude, you were just beside him.
Yeah.
Why'd you? Okay, Seth. Whatever. You're a visionary and an architect, so I guess you know what you're doing.
And 10 other things.
Right. But he calls out Bronson Reed, and instead he gets a bunch of security and Adam Pearce, and then he gets Bronson Reed, and they brawl. They throw security just haphazardly around the ring. They break the announce table, and this set the tone for what they would do with one another for this evening. They brawled all over the Wells Fargo Arena tonight.
I'm genuinely curious how much those security guards are getting, because some of the stuff they dealt with in the past few weeks involving the monsters and Seth really makes me wonder.
Not enough.
No.
I get that they're security, but I don't know if they really truly understand what they're signing up for here. If we're talking in a kayfabe sense, they're security guards. These are the same kind of people that would be out front of a Steely Dan concert, making sure people don't get too rowdy.
Yeah, the one dude has one of those wands out of the whole group.
Exactly, beep, beep, beep,
No, he's just waving it, and he's just sure, cool.
Colorful.
Yeah, it's good. That's what those guys are. But I cannot imagine being put in the line of fire. I mean, with Seth, that's not too big of a deal. With Bronson, no, thank you.
and they were slated to have a match tonight, which did not happen. We'll talk about that a little bit later as to why and what the plan is going forward with that. But yeah, the crowd was hot for this angle. Like I'm looking forward to the actual match when we get there eventually.
Yeah, like 2 weeks. No, not even 2 weeks.
It's a couple. Yeah, we're not too far away. Not too far away.
Just a stone's throw away.
Just a stone's throw. But after that, we head to the backstage area. We had Jackie Redmond interviewing Damage Control ahead of their match tomorrow night on NXT. They'll be wrestling the Metaphor, Jakara Jackson, and Lash Legend. But while they were being interviewed, they were interrupted by Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And Liv was making a big show about how, she and Raquel are former women's tag team champions and they can get a shot whenever they want. Damage Control took exception to this, and that, of course, set up for a match between the pairs later tonight. Caesar, what'd you think of this segment, man?
I thought it was kind of weird that Liv actually cut off the whole thing and told Jackie to take a hike. But, Liv's being Liv, or whatever she wants to call herself. I'm not saying the other weird terms we could say, but, her being mommy, she calls Dom daddy or whatever, that kind of crap.
Is she asking people to call her mommy? I'll call her mommy. I'll call her mommy right now. I wanted to say, John. They played a video. I guess you guys will bring that up, but I'll talk about it now because I'm going to run away from the computer for a second. But they did play a video reminding everyone the connection between Liv Morgan and Raquel. And I needed that because I knew they were friends before, but I didn't realize it was so, it wasn't that long ago. Like, Raquel, the last thing she did on TV was, be Liv Morgan's buddy. Muscle. I was like, damn, that's actually really good continuity. I genuinely never see that from WWE. She just came back and slipped into the same gimmick, but as a heel now. Fuck it, that's my girl. Kudos for that. I enjoyed that a lot. Made me appreciate this Liv Morgan Raquel Rodriguez pairing a little more.
It was, yeah. And John's right. That is a higher level of continuity than WWE has shown in a really, really long time, and it's really interesting too how they've kind of flipped everything. When that all happened, Liv and Raquel were faces, and Rhea was the heel, and now we're vice versa. And
oh my goodness,
yeah, right. It's crazy how the world of professional wrestling works like that. Oh, how the turntables, as Michael Scott would say.
Oh God.
But from there, we will be going into the first match we had on our card tonight. We had the New Day taking on the Authors of Pain in a number one contenders qualifier tournament match.
Are they officially back to being called Authors of Pain? Or are they still called AOP?
Yeah, I don't know. It's all the same. Now, hold on. We gotta say here, this was Lilian's first misstep. She said this was the number one containers match.
I didn't hear that part.
You missed the number one containers match?
Is it Rubbermaid, Glad, Ziploc? Which one?
Tupperware.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's quality.
I thought it was gonna be Rubbermaid. Oof.
Rubbermaid.
Tupperware. Let's go. Double bowl, triple bowl.
But the match was the match was actually pretty good. New Day surprisingly picks up the win here. I just counting the days till that Xavier Woods heel turn. He's looking sus as hell. But through the match, the Miz made his way out there and is, I guess, being buddy with Karrion Kross. Which
I don't think he's buddy with Karrion. I think he's just doing Miz. Honestly,
something's going on. I think that he's actually trying to enter into a massive polycule with Karrion, Scarlett, and of course Maurice. I think that's what's going on.
Understandable.
Maybe that's what's happening here. He's the A-lister after all.
He's actually there just to see one person in that faction.
Right now, the Miz should probably be trying to keep a low profile. A lot of high-level celebrities are trying to stay under the radar right now.
I wonder why. No,
I don't know.
You know what's maybe a real twist is what if we found out it wasn't Xavier that was going to turn? It was Kofi.
That'd be wild. Who knows? Or maybe no one. We still don't know. They're doing a slow burn with this. But with the Miz out there, R-Truth came out and attacked the Miz. This caused a bit of a distraction, and then Kofi got a roll-up win. But so the win kind of came out of nowhere, but it is what it is.
Were
you expecting New Day to win this match, or you think this is going to be
I was just more entertained the fact that the tag matches were keeping me entertained tonight. In all honesty.
Now, the real story here is what happened after the match.
Oh, here we go.
R-Truth is getting the crap kicked out of him.
Yeah.
And, Xavier Woods is refusing to go help. He's refusing to let Kofi go help.
Kofi wants to go help.
Kofi wants to help, but he won't let him. And then,
the
Wyatt Sicks making the save.
And Nikki
attacking.
Cross, too.
Like, absolutely wild. So, yeah, looks like we're getting Final Testament and the Wyatt Sicks. So,
dude,
here's my question.
Shoot.
Does this more define down the Wyatt Sicks as a mid-card act?
I don't know, because, like, if they do this angle for a bit and then take them off the show for a bit again, then maybe not. What do you think?
I don't know, man. Look, I don't think it's great when someone's involved with the Final Testament. Like, it's not a good direction, So I don't know. To me, that is an absolute mid-level, mid-card feud.
You do
it's
realize
the
that
Final Testament.
You do realize that I think Eric Rowan could body both of AOP's members, right?
That's irrelevant.
I'm just saying, it's funny as hell that one moment he
It
did.
doesn't raise his place on the card right now. So, the Final Testament is just a really mid-card act, and I don't think
it's
that's
barely mid.
They're a step down from tangling with Chad Gable and American Made. They're a step down.
This may sound kind of like an oxymoron, but would you say they're like the lower of the mid cards? Mid, lower,
Final
mid?
Testament?
Yeah.
Yes, I would.
I forget which way to put the word. Mid, lower,
Yeah.
mid, lower.
Mid, lower mid, medium,
Or
medium well, medium rare. It's not
catering.
catering. Medium catering. Yeah, it's.
Do they have bumps in catering? Asking him for a friend.
Not the kind that happened in a ring.
They don't happen in catering. They happen in the bathroom. This wrestler's going back and forth. And why are they in the bathroom so much? Anyway, I wanted to say I'm gonna give this thing just one pay-per-view cycle.
Okay.
I'm not giving this any more chances than they deserve.
Survivor Series.
They brought the Wyatt Sicks in. And it was like, okay, we're gonna feud with Chad Gable and American Made. There was already so many things wrong with that. I was like, why would we introduce this new faction that everybody wanted to see and then have them be fodder? You know what? Fine. Maybe the Wyatt Sicks is gonna get past this and they'll go up the card and they'll do something more important. You fucking telling me they fell down the card? That's incredible. That's insane. And I refuse to accept that. So I'm going to give it a second and hope that maybe they're building to something good. You know what? Is Crown Jewel too soon? Should I give it to Survivor Series?
Survivor Series.
Because this is
I don't know,
crazy.
John. I think Survivor Series might be too long to give it.
This is crazy.
This probably should be a Crown Jewel thing.
Any
I
pay-per-view
can't.
cycle's too long.
If there were people out there, because Karrion Kross did that interview with Chris Van Vliet, and people were like, man, I like Karrion's personality on this interview. Man, I wish he was like this on TV. I refuse to fucking believe they saw this interview and now they want to give him this TV time.
Oh no!
Like no, like you're the ones who booked him. Like shit, like you're not. You didn't change anything about him. Nothing about him being on TV is gonna make him more interesting right now. All you did was drag down Bray, Bray and Bo, the legacy of Bray, which is worse. I can't. Yes.
Well, and just having Uncle Howdy cross paths with the Miz too. All I'm thinking is B team the whole time. I can't help it.
Oh my god, I forgot that happened. The B team.
Yeah, all I could think was B team at that point.
With that awesome ass theme song. But yeah, man, this is wild, and it's even crazier when you see what happens to American Made later on. Fucking crazy bad booking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't the strongest decision making night tonight for Trips, but But moving forward through the show, we had Kathy Kelly backstage talking to Jey USO, asking for words regarding what happened Friday night. Yeet, indeed. And also asking about his match coming up in the main event, which we discussed at the top of the show. From there, we had a vignette with Raquel Rodriguez vowing to prevent Rhea Ripley. What? I'm sorry?
I was pretty stoked on this, actually, this vignette.
You like this? It was solid. These vignettes are always good, you know? And she was vowing to keep the title from going back to Rhea Ripley, you know, saying it'll stay on.
Because she wants it for herself.
Long term. But yeah, these vignettes are great. And, you know, we'll talk about this with the tag match here in a minute, but I'm glad Raquel is like healthy and back. Obviously,
I know.
Like I didn't realize how much I missed actually seeing her in the ring. Like she is such just a unique talent. She works so well. And
the one thing I will say, being a huge nerd I am, have you ever seen her video with Sheamus, the Celtic workout?
Yes, yeah, you sent that to me.
I know, but it's just insane. Like that woman is a huge back, and especially in the tag match that we're going to discuss in a bit here. Yeah, she is a powerhouse. I think she's like 6'1" too.
Jeez, yeah,
I know, right?
No joke.
Monster.
So right before the next match, they gave us a little preview of the crown jewel belts getting the white glove treatments that Joey tests, and they kind of brought those out to show them off. They are, look, I'm going to say it, they're gaudy.
I only have one response to those belts, and I feel like Mac might back me up or ignore me on this one, but I only have one response to these belts, and it's a simple one-word answer. Why? That's the only response I have for it.
Money. Money's the answer. But that takes us into our next match.
Actually, no, I got a question for you. I just remember it right now.
Yeah.
Because you've probably been there for this. Max, somewhere in our chat, probably listening right now going, what's he going to say? So I'm going to say it right now really quickly. 2 belts. Okay? John's probably watching this too, so I want his opinion. This belt, being the crown jewel, whatever the hippy dippy BS they call it, or the universal belt, which one did you throw your drink at your TV faster for? I'd say this one, the crown jewel belt.
Yeah, universal I thought was a silly name.
I don't think I'll give you. I was in the building when they revealed the Universal Championship.
Oh shit!
And we knew that it was gonna be bad. I think because WWE didn't have good belt designs at the time. They just had, you know, what they have now, the graduation ring.
CAW.
And they revealed that fucking belt. And
you should have heard the TV side.
We actually, you said throw your drink. We were throwing our fucking, throwing everything at it. It was so bad that Seth Rollins, like, I think we overshadowed Seth Rollins' match with Finn Balor. And the next night, in the commercial break, because it was one of those 4-night extravaganza dealios.
Yeah, I remember that.
Next night, during the commercial break, he scolds the audience for paying more attention to the ugly belt than the match.
TV side, it was loud.
Oh my God.
Legit cut a promo, and like, you know, he wasn't heel, so I guess he can get away with it. But the TV was off, and he was earnest. Like he meant what
it was real. This wasn't for play, y'all. This was real. Like,
yeah, so Jesus. At least this belt is gonna go away. Like this big stupid ass belt. This
We're gonna
see
it once a year. That's it. It's gonna be gone once a fucking year.
Because I really don't expect to see it ever again. They claim it's gonna be yearly, but wasn't the fucking greatest Royal Rumble supposed to be?
Yeah, Bron has that in his house on a shelf.
If the Saudis want it next year, we'll probably see it again next year. But this
there'll be a newer belt.
Ugly shit doesn't count as much as the universal belt ended up counting. And you know, it ended up being the Roman Reigns belt. So at least it has it has
purpose,
a legacy, a purpose, a great time, and a great image. That blue belt is gonna go down in history now.
Just broke the internet right there. Everyone's.
Our next match, we had Damage Control taking on Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. This was the second misstep, as far as I know, for Lilian Garcia, as she announced them with Dominic Mysterio.
Oh yeah, that's the one. I remember that. My dumbass literally was like looking behind them, going.
I was writing it down in my notes. I'm like, all right, with Dominic Mysterio, and I'm like, Dom's not there.
Is he pulling a John Cena Halloween costume? Like, what's he doing?
Oh, that'd be clever.
Do. Anyways. I remember that clip of Cesaro or Claudio grabbing the ball and ripping the thing up and throwing it back.
They were not happy with us in Brooklyn that weekend. It was rough.
Oh, you were there for that too? Damn. Jealous.
Anyways. But yeah, so this match was fantastic. I was enjoying the hell out of this match. Like I said, it's great to see Raquel back working regularly. Yes, I got to mention that Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend were.
What the hell was she eating?
It's a lollipop. She's always had the lollipop of some kind. That looks more like a cake pop. Cake.
That just looks like a.
I just said cake pop, like X-Pac, but no, cake pop or lollipop. But
messing with the cake factor.
Jesus Christ!
There it is.
Oh man!
Only on DSR.
I gotta look out for the ace of cakes, y'all.
Woo! Cake.
But it's not as good as Shawn Michaels' booking decisions on NXT for the women. That's for damn sure. But yeah, so the match was going well. Went about 9 minutes, but then Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend get involved, and they pop Damage Control, and they win via DQ. But after a brawl, and they really kind of cleared the ring there, but out comes Rhea Ripley as Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are staring down Jakara and Lash. And she gets a hold of Liv. There's a brawl. Dom comes down to try to save her. Dom gets tossed.
No, he was ringside the whole time.
No, he was not. No, he was not. That's how I know that she shouldn't have announced it that way. I almost felt like they were ribbing Lilian. Like they were giving her information that was inaccurate just to fuck with her on her first night.
I could see it. Blame Tess.
But you're blaming Test?
No, Tess.
Oh, Joe. I think you're blaming Test.
Rest in peace. I don't think we can call anybody involved in a WWE test. No. It's just not right. Sorry, Joey Test.
I didn't say Test. I said Tess.
I heard Test. It's not my fault.
Here again.
But I could use them. I'm getting older, man.
What?
But this is ahead tomorrow night on NXT. Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson will be taking on.
I hope.
Control.
I hope Jakara Jackson does her sweet famouser again.
You were being mean to her in the chat.
I said one thing about her. That's the first time I've ever actually seen her in the ring.
Sean, there really is no good Faymaster. It's just
no. There's only two
Gunn
people.
And,
Billy Gunn and Dolph Ziggler. Yeah. Those two were just freaking amazing.
Now, how do you pronounce typically? You know, do you say Faymaster or Famouser?
No, Famouser.
You say Famouser?
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard it both ways. I'm always curious about that.
I thought it was Famasser because of Mr. Ass. Because he's Mr. Ass.
Unless he called it that when he was Mr. Ass, I could
certainly
see it.
Did. He definitely
did they? Now, did they? Maybe they started saying Famouser when they were hard into the PG era.
Probably on SmackDown. Probably sometime around Billy and Chuck.
I can see it. That's the messed up part.
Which, by the way, just random thing. Just love that there was a callback so many years later on AEW to Billy and Chuck.
That was great when I saw that. I was like,
long term looking. Well, as soon as I saw Rico on television, I'm like, they've got to talk about this, right? But anyway, back to what we're talking about tonight. WWE Raw. That's what we're here to talk about this evening, y'all. But after that, we moved back to the backstage. We showed Adam Pearce on his phone as Seth Rollins and Bronson attack each other again. And
the one thing I do love about this, I don't care where they are when it happens, but I just love how tonight it'd be like he would get like Seth or Bronson would get like a couple of words in, and then bam.
Yep, this was the reoccurring theme tonight, multiple like 2 or 3 times over the course of the night, just rolling all around the world.
I won't lie, it was entertaining as hell, that's for sure. Because like I'd be like, okay, another Adam. Oh shit!
What is this like? Why can't you get this under control? Like what?
He's sober.
Kenny Dykstra appearance.
What? Oh my God!
Yeah, you don't see his nose? Look at it. He's up
wow.
there.
Yeah, it's a Dykstra. Kenny!
No,
Wow.
he's local talent. You don't
No,
see the names.
Kenny Dykstra is not local talent.
He is producer.
He is formerly Mr. Mickey James. Okay.
Oh gosh.
So that's why he's not on
A rough
SmackDown
spot
then.
for him.
He should have fought John Cena. That's all I'm saying. Vince would have respected him.
Do. Anyways.
He's taller than Cena.
Ooh.
I don't know that he actually is. I'm just saying that.
That's a legit thought process too. Like everybody pretty much agrees he should have fought John Cena. Like if you can't, if you don't fight the guy who fucks your wife, Vince will never respect you. That's just
Because
just is what it
Vince is definitely a dude that likes to call somebody a cock
Yeah.
without question.
Yeah.
Without question. Loves it. He's doing it right now. He just doesn't like a chicken. He doesn't talk. He just
He never forgot Kenny Dykstra.
I hate that guy.
Okay, Dykstra.
What an idiot. And then he'd be like, why do I hate him?
Dimension. Oh man. You gotta own the fame asser. Okay, see? Fame asser.
Put it this way. To kind of quote John, there's only two people that did it the best. Billy Gunn, Mr. Ass, and Dolph Ziggler. That's
Nick
it.
Nemeth, TNA champion.
Are they the same guy?
No, they just look alike.
They should have a match
Not gonna happen.
on MLW Wrestle Dynasty. There you go. Start sticking names in there.
But, oh shit! That took me by surprise. So announced the November 6th edition of NXT will take place at the
Paul Heyman's gonna show up.
I guess the old where the ECW arena was. Is that what is going? Is that what that is?
They were mentioning that because the video they showed had the music playing in the background.
It's still the same building, just renovated very,
I was
very
gonna
hard.
say they had to have renovated it, right? Like it
Oh,
can't be
yeah.
that.
Honestly, it's still a piece of shit, but it's a lot less of a piece of shit, and it's still legendary. It's like if America had a Korakuen Hall or something, you know?
Well, I mean, I'd say like to me, it's like a Hammerstein Ballroom kind of like level venue in terms of importance.
So like,
I feel
because I'm a total West Sider, not East Sider. How many people can fit in the Hammer Stone?
Hammerstein holds about 2,500.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
ECW arena, about the same. I want to say possibly a little less because it doesn't have balconies. But it's also the Hammerstein is a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
than the ECW arena. The 2,300 people are very nice, and I have been there. They're very accommodating. It's very sweet, and it's certainly not the piece of shit of legend, but it's still a piece of shit.
That's the context. It's still a piece of shit.
Is what it is. But hey, so after that brawl, though, it was finally made official that Big Bronson Reed and Seth friggin' Rollins will be taking each other one-on-one at the Crown Jewel event inside.
Do you think they put a stipulation?
I don't know if they really need one. I mean, here's the thing: like, they're going to have the referee, be real fast and loose with, count outs and things like that.
Falls to the outside. 8! It's like, holy shit, what happened?
I'm doing, he's going to give the New Japan 20 count, man. That's what's going to happen.
Bronson Reed's at the top of the ramp somewhere. We're past 20. We got to cut this match.
Bronson spent a lot of time wrestling in Japan. He probably expects a 20 count.
I don't know if they don't do that sometimes.
I say they
like how Ring of Honor has like the pure rules kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Sir, New Japan count out is always 20. Also, don't disrespect Bronson Reed. He pinned Okada once.
Oh, that's actually a big one.
Wait, really? I was
Assuming
unaware of that.
He legitimately beat Okada once, and then he signed with WWE, and everybody was like, "What the fuck, bro? Why would you go? Like they had plans for you."
Yeah, seriously.
What an idiot!
He could have waited like 3 years. He would have came to WWE as world champion.
Yeah, like that. I get
No.
wanting to I understand wanting to go where you want to go, but like if they let you beat, was it clean? Did he beat him clean?
Yeah, I think it was clean. I think he did a whole monster shield.
Wow.
He pinned Okada.
That might be okay. Look, I'm not going to tell someone how to do their career, but that might have been a really stupid decision.
Might have.
I think that with Bronson though, I think he had visa. Like he really wanted to get a visa, and I think WWE could have gotten him situated in America much faster than New Japan could have, and I think that's why he ended up going over there. Because I remember when they fired him, it was like a big scare, like, oh fuck, like he's gonna have to leave this entire country. Like you just fucked him. So I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with that, but it's also a very cool thing to have on your back. I've been to Okada once.
That's better than some.
That from there, they did that thing they do where they have someone make an entrance in the new vignette, but they had Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee make their entrance for their tag match.
And the whole NWO or LWO. No, never.
No one's talking shit about it. We're saying nice things. Mac. Nice things, man. Jesus, very white over there. But Rey and Dragon make their entrance, and then we had a vignette for the War Raiders. And this was them kind of explaining that they're, still, paying homage to the Viking heritage, but they are the War Raiders, and so happy for that.
They're back next week, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Them, them, New Day, and
the winner of the match that we're going to be talking about here in just a moment.
Back. Just reading the shit that Max says.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
I didn't know. I didn't know till tonight. I'm sorry, Mac. I was unaware that he pinned Okada clean and then made the decision to go to WWE.
We've seen an episode where it's just straight up Mac talking wrestling for a whole hour.
Mac facts. But it's like Matt facts, but it obviously, there might be a little bit of marketplace confusion if we went with that.
I'm scared. I need a Scooby-Doo.
You need a Scooby treat? Anyway,
no,
Scooby snack.
Don't say Scooby. It just sounds weird.
You know what? I'll grab my dog for that one. But from there backstage, we had Liv was talking to Raquel, telling her that she needs to focus on Crown Jewel. I was a little confused during this Judgment Day segment.
Why does it look so ghetto?
It looked weird. The pacing of the dialogue felt off. Like
we can't use that word in that context.
Why does it look so bad?
It's badly lit, but I'm not sure how that has to do with the ghetto.
So terrible.
It's lit from the bottom. It's lit from the bottom up.
Yeah, it looks.
Oh, and half the room.
Her belt's on display back there. Like I don't know, but like the segment just felt really off.
Awkward?
I don't know. Yeah, it was just not good. And I don't know what to make of the tension between Raquel and Carlito at this point. Last week it was like, oh, okay, like he's kind of like enamored with her, like he's gonna hit on her. This week it felt really uncomfortable, and I didn't like it.
Hate those shirts.
The street trash shirts.
It just sounds so stupid. Like put Judgment Day t-shirts on or something, or WWE.
But Carlito said that he's determined to get Dom a
something
world
to
title
something
match.
or something. I didn't pay attention.
I don't know, Molly. What did you?
It just. If I'm being completely brutally honest, the old segments with the Judgment Day, where it was like purple, it was background, it had R-Truth, there was a roof, there was a door. Those were good. Now it just seems like someone ran out of budget. Like, oh, we can't put a wall up. Why? Budget's gone. So it just. And then again, the awkwardness.
Because people are watching, I have to take you to task. Why are the door and the walls so important to you, Caesar? I need to know why that changed everything.
Well, like I was saying, like before, like there was so much context to like the actual clubhouse.
Doors and the walls, brother.
No, like the roof of the walls.
They don't got no fucking clubhouse.
What is this, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Like pre-taping? Like holy smokes.
Mac actually has a good point. He says, "Is it supposed to look like garbage?" Considering that they're not the Judgment Day.
See, Mac gets it.
Like, I expect the walls to start closing in on them at any point during the
Eventually, everyone's gonna be in an elevator with
honestly,
one
I think they just dropped a lighting rig and they were like, we just have to go.
Such good shit. Let's leave.
And foil on that one thing on the ceiling back there.
There's street trash, Tyler.
We're taking it literal now.
This
Where's the garbage can
street
up
trash. I don't. Yeah, this is
actually.
Yeah, this is,
you know
We're
what?
gonna be on Sesame Street pretty soon.
Maybe
Damn.
Caesar's onto something. The reason why they're not in a clubhouse is because Rhea and Damian used to make the fucking clubhouse bookings. So they've just got him hanging out in the hallway.
It's not even in the hallway. It's like
sense. That makes complete sense. They don't know who the contacts were for that.
and
outside
Rhea
of
won't
Taylor
tell
right
him.
now.
She's not
They are.
texting me back, guys. I'm not sure why.
That's why everyone's so pissed off in the Did we say clubhouse? The club hallway.
Club hall. I don't know. Oh man.
See, Mac gets it. John's agreeing with it. I'm onto something.
You're right. That door was damn important. The respect that door had.
You had to knock on the APA door. You didn't. You walked in. You get punched.
Hey, the final boss. All right, the Brahma Bull. He respected the door. He was forced to go back around. So,
yeah,
man,
he
everyone
knocked.
respects the
If
door.
you didn't knock, you got your ass handed to you. Not
Everyone.
in the APA clubhouse.
Always pounding street trash.
Oh yeah. Just real quick. Now I can't not bring this up. Reference to possibly the worst professional wrestling shirt ever created. The APA had a shirt that literally on the back read "Always pounding ass." Yep, they should have stuck with the "We need beer money" slogan.
That's what that means to me. Like, APA will always stand for always pounding ass for the rest of my life.
Like, why can't it just always be Acolyte Protection Agency? Why not?
I was just saying, weren't they called that like just before that too?
Yeah, like there were the acolytes in the ministry. It's a weird path that they took to get.
No, the acolytes. I remember.
Always pounding ass. All right, we're getting back
He's
into
talking
Raw.
about protection agencies, you guys.
Yeah,
Not the
yeah,
other
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. We're getting back into Raw. Yeah, hey, look at that. Whoop that trick. NXT champion Trick Williams was ringside tonight for Raw.
He looks like he was trying to sell me an iPhone.
Hey, you know what? You be nice. The man is NXT champion. He is a phenomenal talent.
Oh,
But
be honest. I got a question for you since you're an NXT aficionado
yeah,
live every Tuesday. What do you think of that belt? Be honest.
I like the redesign. I didn't hate the color splashes on the 2.0 belt as much as a lot of people did. I thought it was at least different. But I'm fine with the redesign on this. It looks a little more like a classic title belt. You've got silver and gold as it should be.
I'm glad they actually kind of, they want to use the term, stripped it down.
Yeah, I dig it. I'm behind it.
But yeah, whoop that trick tomorrow.
But hey, our next match, we had the LWO with Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee taking on American Made with the Creeds in this case. And this was another qualifier for that triple threat for the number one contender of the tag team championships. This was.
Did you see that guy in the background in the picture? I was looking at something and I saw that right there with the levels above t-shirt. Look at him. Doesn't even care about the match. Can you believe that?
It's rude.
You've got an awesome tag match like this going on.
I first want to say that I dug that Rey and Dragon Lee were wearing matching gear.
Oh my god! I just thought about that. The mask's pretty cool actually too. It's a good
it was a cool touch. Like I like that. Like it's
now
as much as I liked that, I disagree with the fact that they won the match. Because wait.
That's an old reference for all you young people out there.
Oh,
sorry.
man.
You'll have to Google for that one.
Google
I'm not Googling Lexus.
Search. You got to search Brian Pillman penis ECW.
I'm not gonna type that in on Google.
Well, pin 15. Brian.
No,
Pillman,
I'm not typing in a dude's name and penis.
Do it, coward.
No.
But yeah.
So be honest. Like you're saying, you said that American Made should have won, but I want to hear your reasoning. Like, don't say because.
I'm not gonna say because, like, it's I understand that Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio from a kayfabe standpoint are much more established as singles wrestlers. American Made, in this case, the Creed brothers, they're brothers. They're a tag team. They're
an actual tag team
as a team. Yeah, exactly, an actual tag team. To me, it would have made more sense for them to win, and I just feel like they need to be racking up wins. You know, they're still a newly formed team. They basically lost a feud to the Wyatt Sicks. They need to get wins. They're a great tag team. They can be a dominant tag team, and they're good. They're fun to watch. They put on entertaining matches.
I 100% agree with the entertaining matches card on that one.
But, like, I understand. I guess I don't really completely understand booking Rey and Dragon Lee to win this. I don't know. I feel like the wrong team won in this case. The match was good otherwise. Really enjoyed it.
Hear me out. Let's just put it this way. Do you see Rey and Dragon Lee winning the actual tag belts?
No.
War Raiders?
I'd love it for it to be the War Raiders, actually.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do I feel like if one of them pin Rey Mysterio, that's a huge flex for them.
That's true.
So maybe that's why they went with them instead of putting American Made into the triple threat and them losing. They'll put them to the side, let them wait, and then go back around again.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay. Oh God, that's true. Okay. Still, though, there you go.
Max is providing information.
He's giving you cleaner ways to get the information and knowledge that ye seek, sir.
I'll use the VPN before I do that.
Do that. But yeah, the match went just about 11 minutes. Like I said, it was a solid match. Like, and it's what you'd expect from everyone involved. But you know, we'll see what happens with that number one contenders match.
I think it'd be a bigger flex or a bigger win if War Raiders go over, because they're putting a lot behind them going on, especially considering both of them are back now. So that's
they had a couple weeks of the teaser things, and then they had a vignette tonight. So yeah, that'd be good. I'd like to see them go with that.
Like tonight's vignette just proved that they're ready to break people.
Yeah,
and I'm all for it.
I've said for the longest time, my only issue with them was that stupid gimmick. But
thank God it is gone.
Yeah. But from there, we were backstage with Adam Pearce talking to Damage Control, and they were rightfully upset over the altercation with Jackson and Legend. He said that he would take care of it. They just got to trust in him. They walked out, and Carlito walked in and said, one of the most inappropriate things I've heard in wrestling since probably 2010 or so.
Say it.
He said, I gotta learn to speak Chinese. Holy shit, dude, really? Did they write that for you, or did you just say that?
Well, just to, for some reason, clarify to somebody who's watching this, the girls are Japanese, in case you didn't know that.
There was a report that WWE was looking at pushing Carlito on his own, separating him from Judgment Day and using him as a singles act. I don't know if this is a coincidence or maybe a lack of communication, but there's someone on NXT who already has the gimmick Carlito seems to be starting here, as this is the second week in a row that he has said something inappropriate to a lady. And I wonder if was it Oro Mensah or what's
Ashante
it? Ashanti, that's right, the dude that used to be with Flop Dollar. He's doing the gimmick in NXT that makes CJ very uncomfortable. And he's like an incel type, you know. And eventually, I feel like some girls gotta fall for the shtick, because otherwise, how do you pay that off? But It feels like Carlito is going to be the same thing, or at least that's the
gonna be a
vibe I'm
tag
getting.
team.
Like he's just a dumbass. Like he's very inappropriate. Like when he sees women, but it's funny because he's old, so he's like an old pervert, like Master
but
Roshi or something.
He did some of that before. Like there were a lot of like spit swallow jokes with the apple and like I think he like it was again, it was such a, like I said, this is like 2007 2008 time frame. Like I think he like maybe forgot where he was and what year it was for a second.
I could see it.
Max's insult gimmick should speak more to wrestling fans than any other gimmick in the history of wrestling. You get that gimmick, you put on the LA Knight I have no people skills shirt, you got the whole wrestling fan Halloween costume.
The whole shebang.
I remember, to me, the biggest lie on a wrestling shirt I ever saw was the number of people wearing that Dolph Ziggler stealing the show and your girlfriend shirt. No, the fuck you weren't there.
You wish, so said.
Oh, goodness gracious. But back to the show here tonight. So Carlito was there to ask Adam Pearce to give Dom a world title shot. He wasn't going to do that. But he said if next week, if Dom can be a former world champion,
watch it be Carlito.
Consider giving it.
Watch it be Carlito.
Carlito's not a former world champion.
No, just to mess with Dom.
Oh, no, it's probably gonna be Ray.
That's too obvious, though.
You're right. What? Who?
I said maybe a return, possibly.
Oh, when you said I somehow heard you say Ric Flair, and I'm like, I don't think that's gonna happen, man.
Dude, Ric Flair would bury him.
But after that, Pierce declared that he needs a drink, so he is back on the sauce. Y'all.
Welcome back, Adam.
Backstage. Jackie Redmond was.
How far is backstage? Like the parking lot?
No, that's outside. No, catering's pretty central. It's there though. It's
okay.
Back there.
I'll take your word for it.
But Jackie Redmond was interviewing Bron Breakker ahead of his match tonight with Jey Uso, and Bron Breakker said what might be the most heelish thing he's ever uttered. I didn't come here for a cheesesteak.
Oh, just pissed off half of Philly.
He's a sick son of a bitch.
Right?
Offensive.
Like
way more offensive than Carlito's line.
Yeah, Carlito looks like nothing now.
You can't just go to Rome and say you don't want to meet Roman Reigns.
What the hell is that?
Can't think of the things they do in Rome. I just know you're supposed to do them when you're there.
Exactly. When in Rome, right?
So when in Rome, to
acknowledge the tribal chief.
Exactly.
No, I'm not.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Oh,
God, I love doing this.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. But he was not there for a cheesesteak, which is a real shame. He should have had one. But yeah, I get it. He probably doesn't eat a lot of carbs. You know?
I heard he just eats animals, like just gets this, like a whole animal and just eats it.
I don't know why I thought you were about to say ass.
All right, that's a good. Do we think Bron Breakker has ever had a Philly cheesesteak? Because I feel like anybody who has wouldn't say that.
Plot twist.
That's fair.
Plot twist. He's plotting against all cheesesteaks in Philadelphia.
Honestly, how old is he? What, like 23, 24,
yeah, he's
something like that? You shouldn't look like that if you're that age, unless you've never eaten like a carb in your life. At 6 years old, his dad was putting fucking protein powder in his lunchbox.
Barking at him while he does it.
You got this.
It's show and tell.
Oh my god!
Don't forget Steiner math.
He hit his entire Christmas list with stuff from GNC.
Shut up! I know what you're getting at too.
Oh man!
What do you want for Christmas, hon? Do you want like a new video game, a stuffed animal?
A case of Bang! Oh my god. But yeah, so
don't forget the whole time he'd be like, Do you think that tattoo is actually real, or it's like his dad drew that on every year with like a black marker or something?
His dad did the tattoo. That's how he got it.
That is the most generic 2010 tattoo I've ever seen in my fucking life. He
That's
might
the
as well
shit
be
you put on
wearing a couture shirt or a fucking what were those
Affliction
affliction.
t-shirt?
There you go.
Oh, I haven't
Fucking
seen those in
affliction
forever.
shirt.
Oh my god.
The Joe Rogan special right there, baby. That
Yeah.
is
Either Affliction or Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy.
It's Ed Hardy, fucking True Religion jeans. Let's go.
Oh man.
Next week, Bron's gonna show up with bedazzled jeans.
Oh fuck, I would pop for that. That's what he needs to do. That is some heel shit. He's the IC champ again. He needs to break out some bedazzled True Religion jeans. We'd tweet him right now. He is an
And a
block.
bitchin' size chain too.
Hey, he wouldn't be the first professional wrestling champion on WWE television to rock a championship belt and True Religion jeans. I'm looking at Batista.
Oh man,
I hate this shit. That's too accurate.
fucking love this. Love it, love it, love it. But we're sticking backstage, guys. We got Kathy Kelly interviewing the Ring General World Champion Gunther.
Did he seem very humble to you in this interview?
He did. He's
It's
always
'cause
pretty
Kathy
reserved, though. He's not
It's
going to be
because
mean to her.
Kathy intimidates him. That's why.
Ring
We're all
General.
intimidated.
Gunther is a humble man, and I've never seen him be mean to a lady backstage. Not once.
He's afraid that she'd knock his ass out. That's why.
I think so. She got hands. But he was quickly interrupted by Damian Priest, who basically told him that, like, hey, look, you can do your thing with Cody, but after that, I'm coming for you. Are you ready for him to run back Priest and Gunther, Caesar?
If they do it properly, I'm for it. I mean, I think it's kind of cool that he's like, listen, I respect what you're doing. I'll let you do this, but when it's over with, you and I are going to dance. So, who knows? This could be a good angle. Do you see Priest winning it back right away, though, if they do this?
Yeah,
I was
I
saying-
think that belt's going to stay on Gunther for a while.
Nothing less than 3 months for sure. Like it wouldn't be a short reign.
Yeah, I feel like I don't think he's going to necessarily hold the world title as long as he held the IC title.
Oh,
But
God.
he is going to hold it for a while.
Well, definitely 3 months, and then we'll go from there. And if he drops it, it'll be for a definite project.
You think this match is happening on pay-per-view or is a stopgap on Raw?
I hate that question because I can't decide.
Honestly, I only ask because and we shouldn't even know, right? But we're fucking internet people, and we had heard rumors of what Gunther might be doing at Survivor Series.
Imagine.
And I don't remember those rumors involving Damian Priest. That's why I asked.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
Maybe.
I don't know. This feels like a main event.
You figure he gets screwed on Raw by whoever his real feud is, but that being Damian Priest, not Gunther.
Right.
Gunther's a big old heel.
Yeah, I was gonna say this feels like a Raw main event. A special Raw. Like they'll really put a lot of build to it. It would be one of those things where it's like throughout the night you get no less than 3 video packages, leading up to it.
Yeah.
One from like Damian's perspective, one from Gunther's, one about both of them in the history together. Like they would really make a big deal about it, but he would, what I mean? I don't see it being a pay-per-view match.
I agree.
think so.
But I think that takes us back up to the main event of Jey Uso versus Bron Breakker. Caesar, man, before we hop into the megastars of the night and such, is there anything else that we didn't discuss that you wanted to talk about or touch on?
I think the stuff that I actually wanted to touch on was actually basically touched on a lot tonight throughout the episode. And then, of course, John swooping in and throwing in his 2 cents here and there. So, yeah, I'd say we got over whatever I wanted to get over. I was pretty stoked on the tag matches tonight, that's for sure.
That is Raw in a nutshell. But, folks, before we hop into the jobbers and megastars tonight, I just want to let y'all know that if you're feeling a little stressed and you need some aromatherapy,
Go for a jog.
No, don't go for a jog. Don't do that. No, you go to monk.com. and you buy some personal aromatherapy diffusers where you can use DSR10 to save yourself 10% on that purchase. So head over there after the show and relax, guys, and relax. But hey, speaking of relax, let's get a little tense here. Let's talk about something that wasn't fun. Let's talk about the jobber of the night this evening.
Jobber of the night.
Jobber. Caesar, my good sir, my good Canadian gentleman. Who do you have as your jobber of the night for October the 21st, 2024?
I hate this for one reason, because I got a lot of picks for Megastar, but jobber, and it's like I don't know who to pick. Like, the easy answer, I would say, is something that CJ would want me to say, is like, "Oh, pick Karrion Kross in the Final Testament." But no, that's not who I'm feeling. I'm gonna actually give it to let's give it to Pierce, actually.
Ouch.
Because like, he couldn't control
Crap,
anything. He couldn't keep anyone from killing each other, and then he had to deal with Carlito saying some racist stuff. So yeah, that's my jobber. How about you, Tyler?
So my original choice was going to be American Made for losing and being booked so improperly this evening. But I think I have to give it to Carlito for just like unabashed racism on a Monday night
On cable.
Like, again, I don't know if that was a scripted line or if he just said that, but
I hope it wasn't scripted. I hope it wasn't.
But Pierce really just no-sold the hell out of that.
How much you want to bet if the camera was off, he was going to be like, "Are you an idiot?"
I mean, that was, I'm obviously not going to repeat what was said, but
Let's just say if you know.
But it reminds, well, what Carlito said, we said, but there was an instance on Raw where a slur was used and by the Big Show towards Kai and Ty, and it was rough. And Paul Heyman decided to keep having fun with it all night long and just like leading up to it, almost saying it again, but it's bad, guys. Yeah. See, people are mad about this. It was unexpected, but not in a positive way. But yeah, so I got to give Carlito my jobber of the night tonight.
Thanks,
so
man.
let's hop into a more pleasant side of the coin. The Dirt Sheet Radio Post-Show Rewind Megastar of the night for October 20th.
Megastar of the night.
I can't.
Dirt Sheet Radio.
I can't handle it. All right.
Tyler the Pro Wrestling Hipster.
I don't know why it freaks me out.
Featuring John Escudero.
Is this an effect you have on your...
Yeah, I have like a bunch of them, but I thought that was the funniest one to use right now.
Can you do the scream voice?
Scream.
Like gotcha, anyway.
No, I don't have it. I just thought about it.
Fair enough.
I can show you them off stream what I've got, but
I'm for Megastar tonight.
See, I'm in a 3-way tie, so I feel for you.
I'm gonna go with like a collective unit here. I'm gonna go with Seth
What
Rollins
the hell is this?
and Bronson Reed. This is Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed.
It's like a Dirt Sheet Radio thing now.
It is. I'm going with him. I'm enjoying the hell out of the lead up to this match. I think they're both doing such a great job. I question the logic of attacking someone and then walking out to the ring and calling them out. But like, I love it. Like this
one guy by the railing.
These kind of angles and programs, this is what Bronson Reed should be doing. This is how you use him, and it's great. It's a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'm giving them collectively and their program my Megastar of the night. Caesar, who you got tonight?
I hate this because I have 3 different people in 3 different segments.
So lay them all down, man. Come on.
Okay, so first of all, I'll do the singles one. I'll give it to Rhea because she came out and started bashing heads and shit kicking people. And what's it called? The prison lock that she was doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The fact that she lifted Liv without like breaking a sweat. It almost did it too, actually, to Dom. So that's pretty intense because Dom's a couple 100 pounds and lives like, I don't know, $150 probably, maybe at most, maybe $130. So yeah, it's pretty damn impressive. And yes, I've watched the videos of Rhea lifting. It's insane. So kudos to her on that one. Oh,
I don't want to be a spoil sport, but I like to. We're at the back of the show. I don't know if all the mega fans are watching. Maybe they won't get mad. Earlier tonight, somebody mentioned Triple H is not booking the women's division. Great. And,
yeah, we saw that.
And I thought, part of me was like, well, I guess it depends on what you're looking for out of it. Like, if you're looking for good wrestling out of the women's division right now, that's probably not what you're gonna find, but you're at least gonna get the stories. I looked at this picture here and I was like, Liv is really good. Like, she's really good at manipulating, like just giving that little whiff of sexuality that makes you want to spend money, But I wondered if you guys maybe had an issue with that, like with what's going on, like in the women's division, with things like that being the focus of the women's championship feud and things like that.
I'm accepting of it because I understand that sometimes any title can be tied up in a more story and like kind of emotionally based angle. I think also I'm a little more forgiving of it because I cover NXT, and the women's division NXT is taken much more seriously, and they actually get a good bulk of the time down there. But I didn't really think about it all that much, but I'll say this: I wouldn't let my 7-year-old that watches wrestling, I wouldn't let her watch those segments. For what it's worth, like,
that's a good point. I think that's always something to keep in mind. Just shoot, would I let the kids watch this? I never think of that because I'm like really fucking, I guess, weird about it.
I got home from work the other day and she was on YouTube watching a compilation of Rikishi stink faces. So there's that.
Hey, I'm not sure whether you should be mad or proud. That's honestly very.
I was like, "What are you watching?" She's like, "Funny wrestling things." It was like top 10 funny stink faces. I'm like, okay.
What do I do?
What do you do about that?
I wouldn't cut her some apple slices. That's what I did.
Nice.
That's what goes with a stink face compilation. A plate of apples.
Yeah.
I actually just thought that Liv is doing a great job making money. I don't think we should be scared to utilize that kind of storytelling, or even in Liv Morgan's case, just that small faint bit of overt sexuality that you don't always see on WWE TV anymore. It's rare. You don't see it all the time. I thought, honestly, Scarlett Bordeaux used to have a gimmick before she came to WWE where she was like, shut it 5. I'm a 10. I'm a diva. I want to be a diva. Like, I'm everything that the divas used to be on purpose. And I've been kind of waiting for someone to utilize that, because when everything goes away, the best thing to do is like one person who wants to stand out should fucking bring it back. So as long as it's not like some crazy old perverts, like forcing Liv Morgan to wear a short skirt because we know she's going to be in the Rhea strong lock tonight, and rather it's Liv Morgan having her own idea, like, I know exactly what'll make him happy, like.
I mean, as long, and that's the big thing, like, as long as it's like, I'm much more comfortable with a lot of it as long as I know that, like, hey, like, this is Rhea's idea, or like, she pitched this, or like, these are just her outfits. Like, I get the feeling like this is just kind of how she dresses for the most part. And so, like, I guess I'm a little more accepting of for that, because I also know who's not in control of the company anymore, and no one's going to be stripping and barking like a dog. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as long as we never get to something that grotesque again, it's okay. Like, because obviously relationships, sexuality, sexual manipulation, these are all things in real life, and that's just wrestling using real life tactics and storytelling. And wrestling, if nothing else, is a soap opera that uses real life concepts and storytelling. So it makes sense. Because, I mean, truth be told, she's not actually into Dom. She's using Dom. That's going to be, like,
You really should know. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting conversation to have before we wrap this up tonight. And I'll go ahead and get out of your way and let you tell all the people what else we have going on.
Right on. Caesar, was there anything else to on your Megastar?
I'll give you a short version because I want to hear for 2 hours. The other part I was going to say was to EO and Dragon Lee, how they did in the 2 tag matches tonight. Because Dragon Lee was going everywhere, up and down, left and right, here and there and everywhere. And then EO's working really well with Kyrie tonight. So both those two in those tag matches, hats off to both of them and hope everything goes better going forward.
Right on. But all right, that's going to take us into the fast portion plug here. As John said, we have a lot going on. Professional wrestling,
like what?
Is never slowing down. It never stops. So Dirt Sheet Radio is always on. We are here Monday nights for Raw. We're here Tuesday nights breaking down NXT Live. Wednesday nights, you know what that means? It's AEW Dynamite. Thursday nights for TNA Impact. Fridays are, of course, for SmackDown. And hey, if you're up late Wednesday nights and
check out
Dirt Sheet Radio, Caesar is. Check out the Dirt Sheet Radio flagship program every Wednesday night, late into the evening. If you're like me, you got to be up early. Just check it out Thursday mornings. It'll be there waiting for you with your morning.
On the way to work, on the drive, especially.
Yeah, exactly. It is conveniently located for your morning commute. And folks, also, on the weekends, we're still working on the relaunch here, guys. October apparently is an exceedingly difficult month for me to get things going on the weekend with all of the spooky activities going on with the family and such. So I do apologize that CJ and I have been out. This one's on me, guys. Please do not blame CJ. He is nice and Canadian. Be kind to him. But we are coming back soon on a Sunday soon with CJ and Tyler's Weekend Wrestling Roundup with AW. So look forward to that. But also on Sundays, that does happen every Sunday.
What happens?
The 3NT podcast. They go live every Sunday and they break it down and have a good time doing it. Go check them out, guys. And that is the Christmas graphic. And go check out Danny Ocean's Bad Blood vlog. He just got that posted this morning, if I'm not mistaken. So go check that out as soon as we are finished up here tonight. And I feel like I'm missing something.
Are you?
I am. With our partner over there, Comic Book Click, we have the Major Issues podcast.
There we go.
Thursdays. So be sure to check that out as well. And Caesar, I think you need to tell the folks where they can find you.
I actually have a question for you before I drop my socials, since you are the NXT aficionado of the group. And seeing as tomorrow is a pretty big show, do you have a match you're looking forward to tomorrow?
I would actually have to look at the card, but I will say I'm pretty amped to see Stephanie Vacker and
I knew you were going to say that one.
Tag together, so that'll be fun. They're going to be tagging against Fatal Influence, and I've gotten used to the name, so I'm looking forward to that.
I thought it was them with Cora Jade and Roxanne.
I know tomorrow night they're wrestling Fatal Influence. They're getting towards the that.
Oh yeah, because that's what Halloween Havoc, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it?
Yeah, Halloween Havoc is coming up. That is on the 27th. Oh my God, that's this Sunday. So yeah, tomorrow's the go home show for Halloween Havoc. So also too, guys, I don't know who's going to be here with me necessarily, but I'll be here Sunday night.
Is that a pay-per-view?
Yes, it is.
Jesus Christ.
Yes,
Tyler's going to be busy.
I guess I'll be around.
So Sunday night, I will definitely be here for Halloween Havoc. You know what?
Holy shit.
Oh man, I should decorate a little bit for Halloween around me. You can't see the living room; it's nice and decorated, but behind me, directly behind me, it's not. But
get a skull.
I'll spookify it. You want to wear a costume?
Molly's like, what?
She'll do it. She has.
I want to wear a costume. I have many costumes.
I
should wear costumes all week next week.
Maybe you guys will get me just sitting here looking like Cactus Jack. That's the laziest costume I can do, but
it's not cheating. Aren't you already Cactus Jack?
Pretty much. I swear to God, I look more like Mick than his actual son. Yeah, I look more like Mick than Mick. I look more like Mick than Dewey. That's how it is, really. But
famed WWE former WWE creative team member.
Is he not there anymore?
Right? I actually don't know. He was there for a while. If he's not anymore, I honestly don't know if he's left, but for some reason I want to say he did. I have to look that up. Weird fun fact, not many people knew. Joey Foley, WWE creative team member.
He was there. But yeah, so I
Yeah.
guess I'll be there Sunday for that, and I'll be here tomorrow night for NXT, and I'm always here Monday nights.
Oh, yeah, I didn't finish my thing. But anyways, so as always, guys, I'm here every Monday with this gentleman and the other one who keeps swooping in, hanging out. And don't forget about Monday Night Molly hanging out too. And of course, whenever CJ can make it, he's also here. And then as always, I'm on the AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite podcast with Neek, John, Robbie, hanging out discussing all things.
You guys have a big crew on Wednesday night.
It's filled up again, which I'm pretty stoked on.
Unfortunately, I look at it, looks like a Zoom meeting sometimes when I check that out.
Yeah, all we're missing is like everyone with a green screen at a random event during the middle of the show. But anyways, enough about my hilariousness. Tyler, where can the good people, our viewers, find you and the lovable Molly?
Great, like I said, here with you on Monday nights, and John popping in, and CJ. We're hoping to have CJ back here in the near future. Tuesday nights, every night again, typically with CJ, and be here Sunday for the pay-per-view, guys. I kind of forgot that was this week. The end of this month has really snuck up on us, but yeah, and I don't do a lot on the Twitter or the IG, but it's at PW Hipster and the Pro Wrestling Hipster over on Facebook. So I share some memes and stuff. It's we have a good time. Apparently, sometimes I share things about Lilian Garcia and mangled intros and Raw Deal and piss off a fair amount of people, not realizing that I'm a big fan. That it's real, guys. I didn't make it. It's not a meme.
I think she was like one of the very first announcers I ever heard on the mic. I'm pretty sure.
She's a great ring announcer. It's her first night
killer.
back. Like I would question how closely she even follows the product. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
she probably like pokes her head here and there. But like,
my point is, though,
help.
she's probably not super up on it. And it's just like.
No, she probably knows like the ones she used to ring announce for before she left. She probably remembers that.
Right, yeah.
So.
Right. But she's still got it. The voice is still there. She's got the power and the boom and the articulation. She'll knock that ring rust right off. But guys,
I give it 2 weeks.
Easy peasy.
Easy.
But we all appreciate you all tuning in live. Hell of a lot of people in live tonight. Thank you so much. We will be back live tomorrow night. We'll see you then, guys. And don't forget about the #1 container match next week.